Kochi is one of my favorite cities in Japan. After taking in the sights, including the castle, and enjoying some katsuo no tataki, seared bonito with green onions, ginger, and garlic, it was time to get back on the Henro Trail. Henro is a pilgrimage to 88 temples around Shikoku Island, one of the 4 main islands that make up Japan. The route, which is traditionally walked, takes you through some breathtaking areas. Whether you are Buddhist or not, you can adjust how you participate in the pilgrimage. For this section, we based ourselves in Kochi and used a mixture of local trains and the Mayu bus, which transports tourists to a variety of interesting places. For our first stop, we were off to Temple 28, Dainichiji, just north of Konan. The temple was a short walk from the train station. I wanted to ease us into the walking, and estimated that we would only be walking about 15 kilometers. However, by the end of the day, we had walked about 22. Despite being overcast, it was very humid, and a little odd for late September when the summer heat usually dissipates. The nice thing about walking is being able to take in the surrounding area and seeing things that would otherwise be missed if you were in a vehicle. Along the way are little shelters where you can rest or take refuge from the rain. In the distance, I could see the top of the temple.
I think these are orange trees.
Japan grows a wide variety of citrus fruits, with yuzu being commonly grown in the Kochi prefecture.
We also haven't seen a lot of the gigantic spiders everywhere.
No. These stone steps lead towards the temple. Even with all the signage, it is possible to stray from the Henro path.
Here's option 2.
Near the temple is a small supplies shop, and we purchased more candles as we were running out. The shopkeeper also gave us some reflective signs to help keep us safe on the roads, as a osetai, a way of supporting the pilgrims. We headed up the steps, eager to restart our pilgrimage. The temple itself was quiet. Each of the temples has its own ambiance, and Henro is enjoyable in that some people make the entire 1,200-kilometer route in one go, while others, like ourselves, make the journey in smaller chunks. We lit our candles, made an offering of incense, and recited the Heart Sutra. Afterwards, I made a point of taking in the beauty of the temple grounds. Henro often gives a sense of urgency to keep moving onwards to the next temple, and I can think of a few temples that we had visited in the past that I wish I had spent just a little bit longer at.
Yeah, these are the easy days. So.
Yeah, 8.9 was pretty easy.
Onwards to Temple 29, Kokubunji. Clusters of Japanese beautyberry were ripe, and they are edible, even raw. These bright red lilies were beautiful with the raindrops on them. The path to the next temple led through some residential areas.
Yeah, it's suddenly hot. Zigzag. I'm following an old water supply thing. Yeah. Really pretty.
We also passed by some farms, like this field of green onions. A Japanese wagtail perched on some greenhouses.
Oh, we're on the Pigeon Bridge.
The Pigeon Bridge, more commonly known as Toitajima Bashi, crosses the Monobe River.
Just don't want to move.
Black kites also live in the area. And we saw a fisherman in the river. After the bridge, we passed through some more farms and saw more fruit trees, as well as finding these.
These are the ones that I was telling you about before we left?
Okay. Yes, and?
Here they are.
These are higanbana, or spider lilies, which I've featured in a previous video, and I will add a link below. We also spotted a large wasp spider with her web spanning across some water. Damselflies also enjoyed the area. Vines covered these old gravestones. We passed by a sturdy Japanese storehouse.
Fan motif at the top. So, storehouse, right?
Storehouses,
Like for what? Rice?
anything. Mostly food. Like it would be rice, yeah, but it's household goods.
I quite enjoy seeing these older homes with tiled roofs. This rice paddy looked almost ripe. Black damselflies danced over the water.
Why so fast?
I'm not sure of the species, and this was as close as I could get. We also found this praying mantis slowly wobbling their way across the road. We helped them cross, as we didn't want to see them get squished by a vehicle. Like with any hiking journey, you have to be prepared to go with the flow. It was around here that Linton mentioned that his throat was getting sore. A few days later, and my lofty goal of getting to Cape Ashizuri fizzled away. This frustration stayed with me for a long time after, hence almost waiting 2 years before making a vlog of our journey. It's all part of the experience, and things don't always go as planned. It also gives me something to continue to look forward to when we resume our trek. Into every life, a little rain must fall. Words to live by, and even later that day, we would see it's true.
Let's see where we started, way over there.
We kept seeing this postman in his crisp white boots making his deliveries as we passed through the area. These two water channels crossing on different levels was fascinating.
Oh, we're both heading in different directions.
After lunch, it started to rain.
That'll get us around what it looks like an accident.
This bridge crosses the Kokubu River, close to the Kokubunji Temple.
I could do 6.8 kilometers of this.
It'd be nice if it stopped raining.
I don't know, I'm okay with it.
I welcomed the rain and spotted some egrets in the middle of the river. This section of the path was covered with cut grass. The tall trees in the distance surround Kokubunji. The rain slowed a little as we entered the temple. Tall cedars surround the path, giving a feeling of being deep in a forest. However, shortly after visiting the temple, it started to rain. Finally, the rain slowed enough that we could get our stamps and carry on. We were now on our way to temple number 30, Zenrakuji. The rain continued to fall as we crossed some more open paddy fields, and we disturbed an egret into taking flight.
I know I said I wasn't going to get distracted by filming, but it's hard to pass up.
It's also hard to balance an umbrella on your shoulder and keep the camera straight. I was strangely excited to pass through this tunnel, and it gave us a brief reprieve from the rain. I really do enjoy being in the rain and overcoming the minor inconveniences it brings. And besides, it's welcome when it's about 30 degrees Celsius. The path led us through some forested areas, giving some lovely views as we went.
There's loads of cosmos along it. I think this is cosmos. Just amused by the gun in brackets.
I spotted some cacti growing on a rock wall. The rain had stopped, and now the humidity was oppressive. We began the long trek over Osaka, bearing the same name as the city. The name literally means big hill, which this was. Halfway up the post is a tiny marker for the Henro path, pointing left. Sometimes a lapse in attention can make you miss a crucial turn, leading to lost time finding your way back. Having 2 pairs of eyes watching the way helps, and using GPS to navigate further simplifies the journey. We made it to Zenrakuji, paid our respects, and then made our way back to our hotel in Kochi, having an interesting experience on the train jam-packed with high school students. Stay tuned for the next episode, where we visit the Henro Temple that we visited 3 times, ride a ferry, and find a place where you can look far beyond. As always, thanks for watching.